Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Featherhoof.
And I'm CarnagePanda.
And we are back for Anime Talk Summer 2019, weeks 10 and 11, right? Or did I do that wrong? Or is it 11 and 12?
11 and 12.
11 and 12, okay.
You were doing so well the entire season, and then you get up to here, and now you're like, I'm going to fuck it up on purpose.
Well, I wonder whose fault that is, that we didn't have an episode last week and got me all kinds of mucked up.
It was probably the Mommy Isekai's fault, because I was sitting here watching it, and then I exploded into bloody chunks, and then you exploded into bloody chunks, and it was just not a good time.
I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that I had re-raise already cast on myself, we would have been fucked. But
yeah, that's nice save there. He was prepared going into watching that episode.
God damn. But unfortunately, we're not going to be talking about rank this week because we just have too much to cover, especially in our first entry. But so we're just going to go through the 2 weeks, talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, as always, give our opinion. Because we, unlike some people, other people on the internet, we recognize that our opinion is our opinion. Except for when we're talking about Mommy Isekai, we know that that's just fact. But,
that reminds me, one time I was doing a job and this dude told me I was a terrible person. And I told him his opinion was wrong. Yeah, good times.
Good times. Good times. So, we're going to have some better times, because we're going to talk about some animes. Right about, give or take, just in the vicinity of right about now.
Okay, on today's double feature of Astra Lost in Space, we get not one, but maybe 3 episodes?
Pretty much, yeah. But we got 2 episodes and an epilogue.
Yeah, so...
A very, very long epilogue.
The last episode of Astra is 50 minutes long.
40...
I guess billed is an hour because, I guess in Japan they would have commercials.
Yeah.
And over here we're like, yeah, what the fuck is a commercial?
No, we get commercials too.
I don't get commercials.
Fuck you.
I do not get commercials. I don't deal with that shit.
Good for you. Good on you.
Good on me, too. Give myself a pat on the back.
Well, I think we got a lot of good. Not entirely, not 100%, amazing, but we got a lot of good. A lot of great, actually.
So in episode 11, Charles tells us, I was the bad guy. And Shyamalan is like, what a twist.
And Featherhoof was like, yeah, I called that, 7 episodes ago.
Sadly, none of my predictions came true. I was really hoping that... Bigo would come through as a murderous puppet, but...
I thought you wanted Arias to be the bad guy.
Aries being the bad guy would have been so inspired. But,
Inspired!
Charse was the bad guy. Surprising no one.
Yeah. I mean...
What was that evil look in episode 6 or 7 or whatever? Was that tipping anybody off?
Well, the thing is that... Where was it? There was something pretty early on that sort of was oh, okay, Shark's gonna be the bad guy. I can't remember what it is right now, but it was that my feeling was solidified with that where it's oh, I was totally in that biology class, and then Aries is all I have a photographic memory, and I went to that class, and you weren't there.
Yeah, you were not there, Charles. Something's afoot.
That was okay, now it's. Yeah, because we've already...
That was the same episode he gave that evil look, too. So.
Yeah, right before the credits, it faded to credits, it's just...
Yeah. I wonder who the bad guy could be. Must be this guy right here.
After they had the little redemption arc for Ulgar, it was oh, there's the bad guy, it's Ulgar. Oh, he's got the gun. And it's oh no, he was just a...
He's got the gun, and he's angry. Therefore, he wants to get revenge on us.
His revenge.
He's the bad guy.
His revenge.
Yeah, his revengeance.
Against Itachi.
Yeah. Except his older brother got killed by somebody else.
Yes. But, so why is Charge... Why does Charge do what... Why does Charge do what Charge do?
Well, sometimes it just be that way.
Oh, okay. But specifically in the show, what was his explanation?
Charles' explanation is that he was born with blonde hair, therefore he is bad.
Oh, he's a Nazi.
No, he goes on to explain that everybody is a clone.
And he knew it from the beginning.
He knew it from the beginning. And therefore, he was okay with everything.
Because he was, like, conditioned. Like,
he's like I was going to be the king, except I was going to get lobotomized, and it was going to be the other king who wanted to use my body to be living forever.
See, I'm confused. The plan was to take over their children's bodies. They were clones specifically built to take, for them to sort of, do the like whoop mind swap into, right?
Yeah, so they want to do like a brain transplant, and this reminds me.
No, a memory transplant.
Brain transplant. Because this reminds me of the fucking doctor who wants to do the brain transplant, and I'm not sure if he ever did it. And he was going to explain how he was explaining how he was going to do it, and all the brain transplants up to this point have failed because reasons. But he explains, and get this,
okay,
his will succeed because he's going to use a really, 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 really sharp knife.
Oh, okay, right. I doubt that's gonna work. But much like the plan in this show didn't really pan out. Because I still don't, like I said, I'm still confused by the plan. The plan was to take over the bodies, right?
Yeah.
So, but that involved Char's murdering them all first. By sending them through a wormhole to Earth.
At some point, they're like, yeah, we don't want to do this anymore because it was made illegal to clone yourself.
Oh wait, I thought that was part, that was somehow. Oh wait,
which kind of confuses me because
the
law was made after they had already cloned themselves. Like,
yeah,
the kids were like 16 or whatever.
Yeah,
and then they're like, yeah, you can't clone anybody anymore. So they were going to get retroactively punished for something they did like 20 years ago.
I don't know. I'm still confused. Like I said, I'm still confused how they were going to translate their minds into the bodies if the bodies were floating dead around Earth.
No, because they wanted to dispose of them after the law had got passed. Because they didn't want to get in trouble.
Oh. Okay.
Which doesn't make any sense either.
Yeah, like I said, I got a little confused there. I had a hard time following these logic roads a little bit. I got lost in a couple of off ramps.
Yeah, it kind of seems dickish if you're gonna pass a law and then like go back 10 years to see if somebody had broken it back then before it was illegal.
But I've heard that that's actually there are statutes precedences for that happening.
I don't know.
I have heard that this has happened before.
My understanding of the law is that it is very lulzy. And sometimes things don't make sense because they don't have to.
Oh, okay.
But fuck you anyway.
But, so yeah, it's
I'm not a lawyer, by the way.
But yeah, the TLDR of it is just, Charles is like, it's like, yeah, I was just conditioned and brainwashed to kill you and myself. And it would have been awesome. Because at first I didn't want to, because I liked Princess Sarah. But then she got assassinated.
She got pushed off the edge of the cliff.
I mean, the slickest assassination I've ever seen. Like, some people use poison. Some use knives. Some even use sniper rifles and shoot them from far away.
And Charles witnessed the whole thing.
This guy, this slick motherfucker. First off, I love that he comes, like, running out of the woods.
He's, like, wearing a ski mask, and he's like, and he just pushes her.
He's wearing a robe. He's, like, wearing a full robe, like a wizard's robe.
Yeah, he went full... No, not a wizard's robe.
He was wearing a wizard's robe.
Did he put on a hat and wizard's robe?
No, like a hood. He's like a hooded wizard's robe.
He just went full Assassin's Creed.
Ugh. I'm gonna say wizard's robe. And he...
No, because if you put on your wizard's robe and hat, that's doing something completely different.
No, this is why I say it's a wizard's robe, okay? Follow my logic on this, okay? First off, he runs out of the woods to chuck her off the cliff, making no noise, and not getting caught on any of the brambles or bushes or anything else in this forest. And the moment Sarah's feet leave the ground and she begins to plummet to her death, He teleports. He vanishes.
And Charles witnessed us all, and apparently our wizard assassin...
Wissassin. It's a Wissassin.
He had no idea that Charles was there and had seen everything.
Yep. Oops!
He would have gotten away with it if it was not for these meddling kids.
For these meddling clones.
Yes, these meddling clones and their spaceship too. Because he goes to jail too.
Yeah. Mark.
Yes, Mark, the evil Chancellor, who has the same shit-eating grin from as the Chancellor does from Shield Hero.
Yes, he does actually.
So that we know that this guy is actually a bad guy.
Oh, yeah, and we find out that Arias is actually a clone too, but she's a clone of Princess Sarah. And
we never would have figured this one out.
Princess Sarah, being the we could call her, Princess the Brain, because she's just so smart. She's so inventive with names. She's like, oh man, what should we name this child? Is she sneaking the clone child out of the palace? Because she didn't want anything to do with this whole clone project thing, so she's sneaking clone baby out of the castle to give to Arias' mom. She goes, shit. She's like, oh no, you should name her as Princess Sarah before we leave. And she goes, oh shit. And she looks at this thing that has her name on it, and then it flips it over and goes, oh, my name backwards. Yes.
So we'll name her Ares, and we'll be so clever, and nobody will ever figure out where we went.
Nope. Mm-mm. And yet, fortunately for Arias, apparently they live on a world of idiots because no one ever did. It's like, this young high school girl who looks exactly like a princess, with the exact same heterochromia, and the exact same, perfect memory ability. Oh, no. Couldn't be her clone because her name's not... It's backwards. It can't be it.
That would be too obvious. You may have a point there, though, that everybody on this planet is an idiot.
Well, yeah, we actually do find out, because we also find out that people, immigrate... Was it emigrated or immigrated? It's emigrated from.
It's the same fucking pronunciation.
Emigrated from Earth to Astra. That's the same as emigrate and immigrate.
Same thing.
Different thing. And you emigrate from and you immigrate to.
But the pronunciation doesn't really matter.
It does. Emigrated from Earth to Astra. What was it? 6 years ago. Or was it No, it was
100 years ago.
No, because then didn't they... Wait.
It was over 100 years ago.
But didn't they turn the clock by
No, because they came up to this whole convenient lie of how only 6 years had passed or something, and there's this whole bullshit about them immigrating. Oh, and 100 years had passed.
Yeah, so
because they wrote a different history.
Yeah, and then they lied to the populace, and everyone was just like, yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, no one will know we came from this other planet called Earth.
I don't see how this plan ever worked.
See, here's the thing.
They explained it that the first generation was so determined.
Yes. Which is, I would find absolute horseshit. Because here's the thing. We can't, there's no way on God's green earth you can get everyone on the planet to agree to the same fucking thing. Ever.
Yeah. So we have people
Granted, they lost 2/3 of the, 2/3 of the population in World War III. With their wormhole assassinations and everything else that they had.
Maybe he had a wormhole, and that's how he teleported away.
Maybe.
Chancellor Douchebag is smart. There are people that believe that the world is flat.
This is true.
And they will argue until they're blue in the face that you have no evidence that the world is actually a globe and is
even though we have all the evidence in the fucking world. But
that evidence doesn't matter. You take that shit and you shove it. Don't talk to me about it.
Yeah,
the world is flat.
I have no evidence. I have evidence. Shut up!
Magnets, how do those fucking work? And people that believe that there are lizard people walking around amongst us.
Quick aside, am I the only one who loves watching videos of Jesse Ventura talking about the lizard people? Those are fucking hilarious.
You can't just believe that people are some people are just fucking douchebags and have the capacity to be extra douchey. Nah, lizard people.
Yeah. But just the concept that they like the people were so they wanted peace so bad that every last one of the remaining human beings were like, yeah, we're all going along with this idea.
Yeah.
No one will ever know of Earth. And the Cuban Missile Crisis, caused World War III, even though there's no Cuba on Astra. But,
That's another...
But,
Cuban Missile Crisis, Cuba doesn't exist.
It's does no one question that? But, because remember, nations don't exist either.
Oh yeah, nations don't exist.
But they have a monarchy. But, nations, archaic. Monarchy? Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, so they immigrated to another planet, built a castle, and built a wall around it to keep the immigrants out.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. However, in episode 11, we get the most important plot point out of all of Astra Lost to Space.
Which one?
Is when Charles... Now, this is a plot hole, because...
Okay. What? In this show? No.
Okay, so they find that since they had found out that Charles had the wormhole machine,
right? Oh, yeah.
And Kanata had disarmed him of it. More on that later.
The hero of the show.
So he disarmed him and crushed it or whatever.
Right.
And Charles has another one.
Right.
Up his sleeve, which he was going to use
on himself
to commit Sudoku. But
which I actually had to say, Sudoku by wormhole, pretty good, awesome way of doing Sudoku. Or seppuku? Seppuku, yeah.
So anyway, Kanata stops him, but before he stops him, his arm gets caught in the wormhole
because the other kids were going to no, wait! And he's like, no! And it's like, oh yeah, that's right. It's right there, isn't it?
Yeah, so instead of letting him get sucked in, Charles just immediately shuts it off, which takes off half of Kanata's arm.
That's just most of it. It's up to here.
Yeah, he loses up to the elbow. I don't know which side.
I think it's a little bit above the elbow.
Yeah, so he lost part of his arm, and very important plot point, by the way.
And so I think let's move ahead a little bit. They're heading back to Earth now.
Yeah, so
Astra.
Hour-long episode about them heading back to Astra, and Charles is going to explain everything, all the lurid details, which he does.
Yeah,
we're just going to skip over.
Yeah, we went into some of it already.
Yeah, we went through a lot of it.
Yeah. I mean, because literally, part of what the show is also to get you interested enough to see it yourself. So hopefully, we're doing a good enough job of that.
Well, I hope we did it over the last couple of weeks because those, in my opinion, the previous episodes were a lot more interesting than the finale.
Agreed. Actually, I would agree with you on that.
The journey up to the end was just better.
Yeah.
Because after we have all the mysteries solved and everything, it's just we don't have all these twists that are going to happen anymore. And
because this is what made me mad about it. When they got home, there was still 30 minutes left to go.
Yeah.
So we thought, ooh, there's gonna be political intrigue. There's gonna be, there's always that that last little, fuck you that the bad guys try to do to the heroes before they finally have to overcome it and win. Mm-hmm. They literally just went, okay, Arias, send all the files to your mom to then send to this detective Grace or something like that.
Yeah, this really badass detective that works with Interpol. That
was working with Ulgar's older brother.
To expose the truth.
Yeah. And literally, this is going to be interesting. There's going to be some kind of intrigue here, right? Mm-hmm. No, they just win. He just literally Lieutenant Grace or whatever his name was just sort of shows up. Hey, King, what's up? You're under arrest.
You have no authority over me.
Yeah, he points it out.
You have no authority.
Oh, and Mark over there? Yeah, you're under arrest too for suspicion of assassinating Princess Sarah. And then it showed that they just go around just arresting everybody.
Yeah, all the adults that had cloned all the kids.
Yeah.
They all go to jail.
Yep. There was no climax. There was no, like, they showing the kids confronting their originals. There was no
There is one that confronts their original.
You're right.
One.
Ulgar does.
Ulgar confronts his father.
We'll call them his original.
His original, because he rejects him as his father.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, I like my brother. You're a dick. He is a dick.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He tells Ulgar, yeah, no, I wish you would have died instead of my son. Because, fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't have any sympathy for you.
Yep.
It was all about me.
Yep. He basically just points it out. Just like, he basically, in a couple sentences, is just like, hey, guess what? I'm an irredeemable character. Fuck you.
I don't give a shit. He must have been a lizard man.
But literally, you remember that scene from Wayne's World where like mega happy ending, mega happy ending, like it's literally the mega happy ending. Like literally, there's no problems. Charles becomes king, and then go. I love this. Charles becomes king, and then relinquishes his power and that of the monarchy entirely. And there's no gap or void in power and government, and the world just goes, we're fine with that. It's like, no, I don't see that happen because they were having this crazy.
Well, when they do get back to the planet, they give all the appropriate thanks. They're very thankful for getting back, mostly to Kanata's arm.
Oh yes, I love that. And they're like, they're like, oh, remember that time? What was the time you remember the most? Oh, I remember that time when it's.
It's like a montage of them going, yeah, Kanata's arm was pretty fucking good.
I remember when Kanata's arm saved me. Kanata's arm saved me too.
Yeah,
I remember Kanata's arm saved me. It's almost.
What was your favorite part of this trip, Kanata? He's probably like thinking, yeah, when I had two arms.
Although I don't think he could say that, so he just went, this moment right here.
So I was kind of hoping that during the end credits they would have credited Kanata's arm,
But they do not.
Unfortunately, they just show a few clips of it floating out in space, all on its lonesome. Mm-hmm. The hero of this story.
Yeah. The martyr.
Kanata's arm.
The martyr. Kanata's arm.
Yeah. They never would have made it this far without that.
Now, if this show was an 80s movie, at this point they would have just gone. They would have showed like a still of each character and saying, Kanata went on to do blah 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 blah. Ares went on, after this experience, Ares did blah 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 blah. And I always thought to myself, back in the day, I was all like, why don't they just show that? Why don't we have these stupid text scrolls that show this? This is dumb. After watching Astra Lost in Space, I realized why they don't show that. Because it's just like, at some point you're going, Jesus Christ, is this still going? Is any of this necessary? Christ almighty, let's go! Wrap this up already! Because the last, 30 plus minutes is just like, 7 years later.
This is what character X, Y, Z, and Alpha and Omega are doing.
Foodie's just a normal kid in school, still with her puppet.
They all graduated happily ever after.
Bigo?
Yeah, Bigo.
Ulgar's now a reporter. Polina is a teacher.
Yes.
Arias.
Yunwa goes off to become a singer.
Arias, I don't think she has
Arias goes off to be Kanata's wife.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it doesn't say if she has a career or anything. It's just like, I'm Kanata's wife.
And then
same with Kitieri. Kitieri didn't really say what she was doing now. Oh no, she was a model. She became a model.
She became a model, and so did Charles.
Yeah, Charles outshines her.
Yeah. But yeah, they're going off to see Yunwa in concert.
Yeah.
Luca, Kitieri, and Ares.
Yeah.
And Kitieri does have a Karen haircut.
Yeah, she actually does.
She was bitching this dude out.
Yep.
Asking to see his manager.
Yep. She turned full Karen. It was absolutely hilarious. She's like, do you know who I am? I don't even want to sit here talking to you about this. This is this is so great. I loved it.
And
my kid has cancer. He deserves to be in this show.
Then Ares is telling them that she's getting married to Kanata, And they were like, that's all happy. And then the dude who got bitched out by KTR, he's in the background clapping. He's like, yeah, he's so happy. He was just melting my feelings. I'm so happy for you.
But I say, Luca, I know Luca's, what did they say, intersex or what? What was the term?
I don't know what Luca is.
They had the term for it. They said it. I think it was intersex, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
And even though Luca, said in that episode where Luca derobed to show what was going on with Luca's body.
Yes.
Luca said, I prefer the pronouns, him and, I prefer, the masculine pronouns. Uh-huh. I'm pretty sure Luca changed his mind on that because Luca's female bits really came in there in that last bit.
Who knows?
But yeah, they didn't really go into it. I just thought Luca's like, Luca is, remember the beginning?
Featherhoof right here has the hots for Luca.
Hey, at the beginning,
I was like, hey!
At the beginning, I was just like, wait, is Luca a boy or girl? I'm confused because they seemed to bounce back and forth on that until it was definitive.
I was never confused because I watched the opening, unlike you.
But yeah, it's like, and then they clarified it, and now 7 years later, I'm like, now I'm confused again! Damn it! But,
okay.
yeah. But yeah, Yuna sings a very touching song. Ares is, crying in her seat. And I love that apparently that Kanata wrote the book of their adventures, but it was written in a comedy fashion.
I think it was just the best way he could deal with it.
And
did he leave out the parts where Charles tried to kill them?
So much so that he was able to buy the Astra back.
Did he buy the Astra back?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I thought they were just going to keep that in the museum.
No, he that's what he said. That he made so much money on his book that he was able to actually buy the Astra back.
Oh, well, good for him.
And Zach, and Chars, which I thought was Chars hey, wait for me. He's like, should the king be going out and adventuring with us? And he's like, yeah.
Oh, but Kanata does get a new arm because Zach made him a new one.
I love it. Apparently, it has all kinds of crazy features.
Except it doesn't have a chainsaw or
missiles out of the elbow.
Yeah, he can't shoot missiles out of it either.
Zach,
even though he wishes that it was a feature.
Yep. Zach is that's not one of the features, and he's like, well, it should be. That should be on your list of features to add. Which I would want to know how to shoot rockets, because then I'd be a character from Full Metal Alchemist.
I disagree. I think he should be able to shoot the arm itself. I know you've played Metal Gear Solid 5.
I have, yes. I haven't finished it,
there is an attachment on there where you get the rocket arm, and you can shoot your arm out and hit people with it.
Yep.
You should get that instead of shooting missiles out of it.
But it ends with Kanata, Zach, and Chars apparently able to man all of the Astra with just the 3 of them. Don't ask me, I don't know how this works, because they had 9 of them originally, and they had a hard time, surviving with all of them. Apparently, the 3 of them are going to man that ship by themselves.
Maybe now that Chars is not trying to kill them, they'll have an easier time.
Or so we think.
Maybe they all died.
Ooh.
They got out there and he used the wormhole on them.
Although that's another thing. They're actually bringing wormholes back.
Oh yeah, they're bringing the wormholes back because they needed more political assassinations.
Yeah. They specifically point out, the wormhole technology got so out of hand, they were using them for political assassinations.
And nobody could stop them because you could be from here to here on an instant.
And then the kids went, we need to bring those back. It's I don't know. I love the mega happiness of this ending, but I really don't see this actually happening. I'm actually, this may sound wrong, but it's the idea that they were able to maintain peace, a lasting peace through lying to people about Earth. What does Earth even matter anymore, or its history? It's dead. It's gone. And they've been able to maintain peace through these lies. Yes, they're still, they're fabrications, they're alterings of things that actually did happen.
They did point out that scholars and people were kind of figuring it out. They're like, man, this does not line up.
I don't know if they did. I don't remember seeing that, but
yeah, there is a line out there. I think it's after Kanata publishes his book or whatever. that they're people, these professors at the university are like, man, this shit just does not add up. And I'm guessing it's like the guys who are the archaeologists and historians were like, maybe. What the fuck?
I don't know. I was kind of like, not with the whole, creating clones and trying to live for everything. But other than that, I thought, that seemed to be the right idea because it was working.
I guess they could have been like, yeah, the dinosaur bones were just put there by the devils to trick us.
Well, they didn't actually mention they even had dinosaur bones. Mm-hmm. But, that's... I don't know, this is it's like, almost like Star Trek. Where it's just literally like, oh, is this optimal future where everyone works together for the betterment of mankind? And it's sort of like, this just feels so optimistic to the point of being naive.
Well, maybe it did happen, but at this point in history, we just can't see how it happened.
Maybe.
And I'm sure this video will stay up for eternity. And people will be like, well, we did achieve peace finally. Or they'll be like, well, we blew the shit out of each other and that happened too.
I don't know. It's just like literally when the truth got out, people started to riot. And they're like anti-government protesters like, down with government, you all fucking suck. And then the next line is until
sounds like every protest ever though.
Right, and then they were like, then Kanada's book came out and the riots stopped.
They're like, ha, this book is so great.
Because the last chapter in the book is about seeing the world through your own eyes, or some very optimistic hoity-toity, artsy fartsy shit.
Yeah, well, whatever. What would you give this show?
Overall, I would definitely give this I would dock some points because the ending went way too long. That epilogue was just like, it's like, come on, Jesus Christ.
Well, they kind of crammed a lot of show into this show because
they did.
We had a 1 hour opening and a 1 hour finale.
Yeah.
They cut out the openings several times.
I think across the entire series we saw the opening like 4 times.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 times. So we got actually more episodes out of this than 12.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely did. We got at least 14.
Yeah.
Maybe 15.
I would say, if I had to give this a final score, I would definitely give it I'd give it a 7.
Oh, yeah?
I think it was good. In fact, I enjoyed myself. Just nearly every episode, I enjoyed myself a lot. It was like, the intrigue. Ooh, who's the bad guy? Oh, does this prove that this person's the bad guy? Oh, no, there's still a twist. And, the intrigue, the thing about Earth and all that other jazz. But it's like, it's almost like watching, the Olympics, the high jumpers, the pole vaulters, or something like that, or not even that. The ones who jump off the horse, they run, they jump, they do the thing, and they do a spin, they land. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Well, it's like they're doing their things and the twists and everything, and it's really awesome. You're like, oh, and you're really invested, and then they get to the landing, and they fuck up their landing. And you're like, ugh.
Yeah, I would give it an 8, but. Here's my thoughts.
Okay.
The journey is more exciting than the end.
I agree with you. Yes.
At the end, there's like nothing really left to excite you, and all the mystery has been peeled back. And it's like, well, at this point, why am I really watching it anymore?
Yeah. Well, that's what bothered me is because the mystery's peeled back, and that should be when things start. It's like, ooh. Now the political intrigue starts, and there's like the backstabbings, like the hiding, trying to hide the truths from people and stuff like that. But none of it happens. It just goes, you're all under arrest, and we win. Yeah.
I think I'll come from this from a point of view of like when I was a teenager.
Okay.
And they were coming like the games that were coming out on the PS1 during the RPGs during Square's heyday, which I don't think many people can argue. It's either Super Nintendo or PS1.
Yeah.
So they were coming out with all these great games, and we had games like Xenogears, Final Fantasy VII, blah blah blah, etc., so on and so forth.
Right.
And it was more exciting because, like in games like Xenogears, they're exploring psychology and they're bringing a lot of technical terms in there, like nanotechnology, which is everywhere now.
Yeah.
But it was more exciting than sitting here being 37 years old and knowing all of what I know now.
Okay.
Because all of that mystery is peeled back, like I said.
Right.
And it doesn't excite me anymore.
Hmm.
So that's the kind of point of view that I'm coming from.
And I can see that. Like I said, you have your point of view, you have your reasonings. I get that. But I don't know. I was hoping for more. I was hoping the bad guys would would put up a fight. They didn't. They just were like, it's just like I said, you're under arrest.
Well,
shucks, we
what
lost.
the fuck were they going to do against Interpol, man? Nobody had any authority over him.
But still, they could have, it's like, there was no denials. There was no, fighting it. There was
I'm
no
sure
nothing.
they denied it, but they got their day in court and they failed horribly.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, they had the fucking DNA evidence they could have pulled from the kids.
That, and the other thing is that aside from Olgar, they never showed the kids facing their originals. Like, coming to terms with that.
So what? The originals were dicks.
I know, but it's like, I would have loved to see how each one of them would have reacted to their originals, like, just individually.
They tried to fucking kill them.
I know!
Like, these are not the people you want to talk to.
I don't know, I would have loved to see those interactions. But
I think we got enough from the interaction with Olgar and his original.
Yeah.
Because I don't think these people had any moral compass at all.
No.
Had zero remorse. Were willing to kill these kids because they were just replacements anyway.
True.
So,
True.
These originals were actually evil.
Yeah.
I don't say that often.
I mean, yeah, we'll just go with that. We'll just leave it at that because we've gone on this episode. This has gone on way too long on just one anime. We do have to end this. My final thoughts: 7. Great. It was amazing, but it fucked up its landing at the end. Yours was an 8.
Yeah.
And why was that again?
Because it just wasn't as fun in the final episode,
Okay.
All right. Great build-up. Bad landing.
Yeah. All right, so those are our thoughts. So with that, after a very lengthy segments, we're going to go ahead and move right along to the next episode on our list. Good morning, world. It's Dr. Stone time. Which, I thoroughly enjoyed these 2 episodes. Like, both of them. Because apparently, we learned 2 things in these 2 episodes. In one episode, we learned that glasses are the best thing ever. And, they are the best. I think there was some line in there we were laughing our asses off about. And they're describing glasses, but I can't remember it now because it was like over a week ago now.
It's like the blurry sickness or something.
Well, no, they were describing something about glasses that was like why they were so awesome or something like that. And then
they are. I'm just gonna go out and I say put Kohaku in glasses.
And then in the most recent episode, we learned that sulfuric acid makes you hallucinate and trip balls about evil women trying to kill you.
Well, at least was it Gin? I don't even know.
Ginro and Kinro?
Yeah, Ginro. Yeah, he was tripping balls because he got too close to the sulfuric acid lake and inhaled a little bit of it. I don't know. Maybe he just hallucinates to begin with.
Maybe. So, the first episode we get is all about making glass. The point where Chrome goes into the village, ties up an old man, and leads him out of the village. just tied him up.
Oh, yeah.
The craftsman.
The craftsman, dude.
Because they try to make their own glass themselves, and they fuck up bad.
Yeah,
I love this so much. Because they're sitting there like they're explaining glass to him, and he's like, well, that's fine, but I'm not going to make it for you. Fuck you guys. It's like, see, it's just like this. And they start trying to make it in front of him, and they're doing it badly, and Senku's doing it badly on purpose because he knows it'll just drive him crazy.
And he's like, oh, these kids don't know what they're doing. I better work that stuff. I better do it now.
He even says, it's like, he pulls like a Vegeta from Team 4-Star, the Dragon Ball Z Abridged. He's like, I know you're playing me, but I like it.
He definitely likes it. He's like, I need to work with that glass.
Like,
I've never worked with that before.
He even says, he's like, I know you young whippersnapper, you're trying to get me all mad by doing it badly in front of me in the hopes of goading me into doing it. Which is totally working! And he like Master Roshi's out of the fucking ropes. Like,
and he proceeds to show them how to make glass, even though he's never worked it before. He makes masterpieces.
He does! Like, it's straight up, he's like making flasks with like, and he even has the little tools to like, flatten the bottoms and everything, and to make the necks, and it's just sort of like, wait, I thought this man he doesn't even know what glass is, yet he's making perfect... Wait, what?
That's just how good he is.
And then, not only does Senku invent glass, he also invents optometry. Because, turns out, the little melon head... Suika. The reason why Suika wears that melon is because...
It helps her see better.
Well, she thinks it's because it makes her... Without it, she's ugly. Because when they take it off, at first they're like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. But then, she does... As anyone with glasses
squints.
knows, she does the squinty...
The squinting doesn't help.
But apparently, like, there's like little pinholes in the melon that like apparently somehow sharpen her vision at least a little bit.
Yeah, because he says it's the pinhole effect. Since it's narrowing the light, it's not getting scattered all over your defective eyeballs. So I think he explains it some weird way, and I was like, I thought the reason that you get bad eyesight is because your eyeballs get misshapen inside of your head, and therefore the light doesn't hit the back of your what's it called? I don't know what the... Is it the retina?
I don't know.
The nerves at the back of your eyeball where...
The optic nerve.
Yeah, the optic nerve.
Optic blast!
Anyway, that's how I thought, but he explains it something differently. But anyway, he makes glasses and everything's okay. Suika can now see.
I love it because he doesn't really make glasses. He takes her melon and then cuts the holes out, like the perfect little holes where the pinholes are, and fits them into it. And like, at first I love it. It was actually I love this scene where he takes her there without the melon on her head, because they've already installed the glass in it. Mm-hmm. And he's like, come on, come over here. And he's like, so look at this field. What do you see? And she's like, oh, it's just a bunch of dandelions. I have the fuzzy sickness, but I'm not blind.
I have the fuzzy sickness. I see in 240p.
144p.
So he gives her, and she's like, oh, I see in 4K now.
I mean, we're making fun, we're joking, making fun, but actually the way they presented it is, it's like that. If you've ever seen that video of that guy who sees color for the first time in his life, in his adulthood, they like did something that like lets him see color for the first time, and he has like a fucking religious experience. Mm-hmm. It's like that. She like breaks down. It's like she's just crying because she's never really gotten to see dandelions in like the world before.
I mean, I know I can know exactly what she's talking about because obviously I wear glasses. What? You wear glasses.
I have no idea what? No.
And without them, I don't see very well. I've nearsightedness.
I'm telling you guys right now, doing this right now, I can barely see the white lights on either side of what I believe is the camera. So,
I can see the clock. Can you see the clock?
I can see that the clock is there. If you're asking me, there's a clock behind you guys.
I can read the digits on it.
No.
Apparently,
there's red. There's red. That's all I know is
I'm still good to drive a vehicle without my glasses. However, I prefer to wear them because it makes everything so much sharper.
I would hope that if you need glasses, you're fucking driving with glasses on. Yes.
I don't need them to drive.
I would still hope that you would anyway.
This is what all the optometrists are telling me.
All I know is that I'm like on the verge of being declared legally blind. Let's put it that way.
What?
Yeah.
Legally blind?
Dude, look how thick those fucking things are.
I know how thick they are. I've seen it 100 billion times.
Yes.
At least I'm okay to drive without them. I used to drive without the glasses, but I don't do it anymore because the clarity so much better.
But there is a small little tidbit about Kinro, who apparently also has the blurry sickness. But he told Kinro, shut the fuck up! Don't you tell anyone! Because like Kohaku's trying to train Kinro to so that they can defeat Magma in the upcoming tournament. But Kohaku's all like, why do you always fuck up at the end? You're doing so great, and then at the end, when it comes to landing the finishing blow, you're always like so shallow with it. Why do you do that? And then Ginro's like, hey, shouldn't you tell her you have the blurry sickness? And he's like, shut the fuck up! Shut up!
Well, being as it may be that I have taken martial arts classes, they don't let you use glasses in there. You have to take them off because A, you can get them broken.
Yes.
And B, if you get in an actual fight, somebody's gonna punch you in the face. And they're gonna go flying.
Yep. So,
if you have the blurry sickness, you're gonna be at a disadvantage, but you have to, figure that out anyway. Just take Daredevil classes.
There we go. Yeah. I mean, that was pretty much the summation of episode 11 at that point. Is that he invents glass.
But now he needs to go one step further.
In order to make the sulfur-based sulfur-based cure-all, he needs one extra item, which is going to require Ginro and his new silver spear.
Which he tells him, I didn't give you this silver spear because you wanted a silver spear. I gave you this silver spear because it's going to be our death detector.
Yeah, no, he's like, no, you don't understand. You need to hold that out in front of you, because if that turns black, you got 0.1 seconds to get the fuck out of there.
He's got a lot of time to get out of there.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yep. Mm-hmm. So I love his reaction now. Now he's actually behind the group with the
like,
in front of him.
I've got to get in the back. No offense, guys, but... And then Siku just freaks the fuck. He's like, what the fuck are you doing in the back? You need the spear in the front.
Dumbass. And they get to a little lake in the middle of a crater.
It's a hot spring.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're the hot springs area. But they find
It's not the kind of hot spring you would want to dive in, though.
Three crows found out the hard way. Especially the one who Arnold Schwarzenegger hit at the end.
Yeah, so Siku is on his quest to find sulfuric acid.
Which I did not know. I mean, I knew it was deadly. I know it's used to, melt shit and whatever, But I never really realized that the fumes could just, cause you to fall over dead instantly. Because he told the story about, what was it, some kind of class that went up there to do some kind of... went up and did some kind of field research, and the fucking teacher bent down to tie his shoelaces, and it just turned out his head was right at the spot where the fuse were, and he keeled over dead before he finished tying his shoes.
He didn't keel over; he just died on the spot.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, he didn't
and
literally fall over.
They just looked at him and like, "Teacher, what's going on?" And Siku is explaining that this was a real life incident or something. I guess I'll have to look it up or something. Yeah. That this teacher died over it because the fumes were actually at his waist, but since they were walking and everybody, was taller than the fumes, they were safe. But as soon as he bent over to tie his shoe, dead.
Which I was like, God damn, I did not realize this was so deadly. And it's personified by an emerald-haired siren that Ginro totally apparently sees.
Well, there's a lot of things that can kill you.
Oh, yeah.
Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, you just walk into it, you breathe it in, you're dead.
Magnets. I mean, how do they work?
They're very mysterious. Probably kill you, too, I guess. I don't know.
But I did love this personification of the sulfuric acid death.
Yes.
It was kind of fun.
Ginro was freaking out and hallucinating, but... Siku realizes they can't, get this stuff without dying horrible deaths.
Because, these three crows, got freaked out and flew away, but they went over top of the gas and...
and melted instantly.
Well, with this one crow's wing is still hanging out the top doing
the Terminator thing. He's like, yeah!
As it's going down and melting.
I'll be back in the next episode.
Ka-ka-ka!
Yeah. Less annoying than the crow in what was that show called? Demon Slayer.
Oh God, yeah. You really hated that show, didn't you?
I didn't hate it. I hated the fucking crow.
Well, that and its use of
stock footage.
Yeah. But So Senku now has to invent the gas mask.
He invents the gas mask. No, he doesn't. Craftsman guy invents the gas mask.
Well, no. Senku invents it. Craftsman builds it.
Engineers it.
Well, I'm sure they engineered it together. Just Craftsman built it.
And so they have 2 gas masks to go get the sulfuric acid.
Yeah, because it was going to be Senku and Ginro were going to go. Ginro was going to be his, death detector.
He was going to be the red shirt.
Yeah. Well, as you know, at first he only built the one. It was just going to be Senku by himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chrome gives like the most bromance of bromance speeches. It's like, bitch, I'm going with you. I don't need you to be there to save me. We're equals, motherfucker.
To which Kohaku was watching the whole thing, and she's like, that was a real bromance.
Senku yesterday invented glass. The day before he invented electricity. Today he invented the bromance. Holy shit! So then they build a second gas mask, so the two of them could go together. And then the craftsman just sort of like calls out Ginro for being a pussy.
He's like, Ginro, you're a pussy. I made a third gas mask, which I'm just gonna trip and fall and leave right here.
Just in case
you're really a pussy that you're not going with them.
Yeah, but in case you don't want to be a pussy, right there.
He does take the gas mask and he goes and rescues everybody because
that was, if it was me, if I was Chrome, I'd be pissed. Because it's just like, I'm gonna save Senku. It's because Senku, some sulfuric acid bubbles up onto his gas mask line, and Chrome's gonna go over there to save him, and fucking trips and falls on a bit of loose rock and just starts to plummet right into the sulfuric acid pool. I'd just be like,
he's like, well,
you gotta be fucking kidding me. Are you fucking kidding me? Really?
Now, I thought for a moment that Ginro's brilliant plan to save Chrome was to skewer him on his spear.
He did do a thrust. He did do a powerful thrust outward. And Chrome just sort of grabs him, like with both his legs and his arms, like a lifeline. And I love this because, above all the things that Senku's made, like he made the spear, the silver-tipped spear for him. Apparently, he found an indestructible rod that he made it out of. Because Chrome's entire body weight is at one end. Ginro's entire body weight is at the other end. That thing should have snapped clean in the middle. But it never did.
Maybe it's made out of magnets.
Well, how do they work?
We just don't know how it works.
That's, they did invent magnets like 2-3 episodes ago. So,
It works in mysterious ways.
There we go. But he saves Chrome by doing this, upward pull, which not only saves Chrome, but then magically pulls the sulfuric acid out of the pool in a spiral, and then spirals down into the glass.
Looks legit.
But they now have sulfuric acid.
Which, if you did not know, sulfuric acid looks exactly like a glass of water.
Yeah, he was going to pull out a glass of water, but then he realized, oh wait, this is an opaque glass.
There's a glass of water.
No, that's a glass of Sprite.
Same thing.
Sulfuric acid looks a lot like that.
Happy drinking water day.
I hope you didn't leave a glass unattended, because now it might be sulfuric acid.
We looked this up, by the way.
But apparently, that's where the episode ends. It's like, we got sulfuric acid! Yay! And Kinro's not a bitch anymore! Yay! And that's it.
Yay!
Yay! So, what do you think of these episodes?
I like these episodes. What I like most about them is Kohaku.
Fucking perv.
Guilty as charged.
I think I like the glasses episode better than the sulfuric acid one.
Now, my one caveat about this is they've been trying to make the penicillin for how many episodes now, and it just feels like this arc is dragging on and on.
First, they had to make iron and or steel, which then led to making...
And they also comment about...
What did they have? No, first they made food. They made ramen, which led to making steel, which led to making... Or iron, which then led to making electricity? No, magnets. Magnets came next. Then that led to making electricity, which led to making glass, which led to making... gathering sulfuric acid, making gas masks together.
They also make a comment about how are Yuzu and Taiju doing. They've they've just disappeared from the show.
Yeah.
So there is some glacial pacing going on. I wish they would speed things up now.
Now,
I hope we don't get another episode of, oh, we need to do this before we create the penicillin.
I will admit this. You're right. The pacing is glacial. But are the episodes bad?
No, because they got Kohaku in them.
Well, no. They're actually entertaining. Each episode is still fun.
They are entertaining, but part of me wants the show to get on with it.
I can see that. All right, well, that's how we felt. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and end this here and move right along to the next episode.
And unfortunately, the funniest show of the season has ended with an episode 12. How heavy are the dumbbells you lift? Gonna be sad that this show is gone.
I mean, let's be perfectly honest. Contender for show of the season.
Contender for show of the season, according to Featherhoof.
Definitely winner of comedy of the season.
Definitely. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's another show we've been watching that,
Well, yeah, there's that, but...
But I have enjoyed this show immensely.
Yes.
Show with the hottest girls, maybe.
I'm not going to speak on that because they're like preteens
they've got
teens,
teachers.
So, okay, well that is true. Yeah.
Unfortunately, in the last episode, there's a lot of nudity.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Moving on. So in episode 11.
See, I didn't like 11 that much. 11 didn't feel kind of like... It was just sort of...
In episode 11, some stuff happens, which I don't remember, because I had exploded into bloody chunks by this point. So, can you give me a refresher?
Oh, God. Okay. The parts that I remember of it is that, like, they try to do the whole idol troop thing again.
Oh, yes, the idol troop, and... Oh, boy. I didn't...
Because it was like...
actually enjoy it the first time they brought the idol dude in.
Because I think it was like New Year's or something like that, and they were like, wasn't this the one where they like went up to the shrine with a million steps?
Oh yes, the shrine with the million steps.
To find out that among other things, Machio is also a high priest of the god of muscles. High priest of muscles.
Yes, and the god of muscles at the same time. I don't know how that works. Logic. How does that work?
But that was fun. I did kind of enjoy that, but the rest of the episode sort of just peters out. Just like, hey, we're gonna do it. We don't have nothing to do on, like, literally, like, we don't have anything to do on, what do we do? And like, oh look, they're doing a talent show thing. Let's go do the talent show thing. We don't have a talent. We can do our idol girl thing again, even though it failed last time we did it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but they climbed the mountain of 1,000 steps to find boyfriends again.
Yeah, but then when they got up there...
But then they get up there, they're like, oh, these guys all have muscles, and we're not really into guys with muscles.
Well, no, it's not just the guys with muscles.
We don't like to have guys that do the same thing that we do.
That's like, they're all guys that are like the giant motherfuckers, like Machio and such.
These guys are too ripped. We don't like that.
So they're on the show, and the talent they do is they have the sensei, the cosplayer, do this like backwards table move or whatever that was called.
Oh, the wrestlers bridge.
Yeah, and then it has one of them, I think it was like Kohaku,
wrong show.
Hibiki's friend, the boxer.
Oh yeah.
To have her sit on her tummy.
Because this will build your traps or something. I don't know.
I can't remember.
Fucking builds.
All I know is that somehow this is successful, and they get the second highest ratings after like some other like lewd show that was on at that exact same time slot.
And this guy figures out that regular idols.
Okay.
Or maybe he likes these girls. I don't know.
Magnets, how do they work? I don't know.
There's no logic in this show, I can tell you that much.
Nah.
That's why it's so funny.
But then, like the producer guy, he actually gets a raise and a promotion because he let those girls on, and they got the second highest ratings. So now he's obsessed with making them a candid camera show.
Oh yeah.
Which I guess it was supposed to come back in this episode, but it really doesn't.
And it was a plot thread that just got lost.
It went nowhere because in this episode, and the most recent, I mean, because
I kind of thought we had witnessed a death, and then I was like,
episode 11. We're done with that. Episode 11, because that's pretty much.
Yeah, I'm on episode 12 now.
In 12, there's one part where you see a camera hidden in a potted plant.
Yeah.
And
you're like, this is creepy.
That's really the extent of where that goes.
Yeah, because they're deciding where they're going to go for spring break.
Yeah. Well, like,
and Machu is like, I got all my weights packed. We're going to the beach, girls. And then there's a camera in the corner, like looking at these girls.
Yep. And behind it is the producer guy and Jason. I mean, not Jason Statham. I mean, Jason Sagatham. Sagatham. So yeah, Sagatham or something like that. Yeah.
So they go to the beach and everything. They live happily ever after, right?
No. Because they get talked into going. Because at first, Akemi, the girl who loves muscles.
Well, Kimmy and Hibiki don't want to go because they've got a lot of DVDs to watch.
But Hibiki's got DVDs to watch, and Akemi's got student council things to do. But then they're like tricked into like, thinking there's gonna be like lots of hot guys there.
Yeah, like the plot thread from Dr. Stone where he tricks the master craftsman into helping him.
Yep.
Machio tricks these girls into going to the beach because he baits them with boyfriends.
Pretty much, yeah.
Potential boyfriends.
And the moment they get there, I mean, they just sort of get right to it. They say, okay, we're going to have the hottest boy competition, but unfortunately it's been canceled. And they're like, no! That's why we came here.
What are we doing here now? Also, magnets, how do those work? We're going to beat that to death.
No. But you know, that song's anniversary was actually not too long ago. It's like 20-year anniversary. But a few weeks ago.
20? What?
10, 20 years ago? It's like 10 or 20 years old now. When was ICP hot? Was it the 90s? The 2000s?
I thought they came out with that in like 2010 or something.
Then it must have been its 10-year anniversary then. But.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. But
totally useless trivia facts.
You're welcome. But all the girls enter the talent show competition. And poor Gina's all like, I'm going to win this because I'm going to do a thing only I can do and no one else here in this competition can do. I was like, okay, and then we're going to pull up this contestant who's also a Russian and going to do the what's it called again? The fucking...
Cossack dance or whatever the fuck it's called.
And she's like, no, that was the thing I was going to do! And she gets all heartbroken.
There's that one girl that got really determined and before the whole competition started, and the art style for her completely changed.
It was a Kemi. No, because they're like, the first place wins, was it like a year supply of this protein thing?
Oh, yeah.
And 40 hours of footage
like, yes, these Blu-rays, I must have them.
Yeah, of like previous, Mr. Muscle competitions.
Everybody else is like, why the fuck would I want that?
But it's just a Kemi, and she's like super determined.
And he's like, your fucking art style changed. So like they're breaking the fourth wall here, which actually did make us laugh.
It did. Let's see. So Gina's out because she tried to do her Cossack dance, but it failed.
Following the Cossack dance.
Yep.
They're like, man, she's just unlucky.
And then Hibiki's friend, whose name I can never remember, the boxing chick, goes out there. She's gonna do dragon
flags.
But she's like, I have a secret weapon. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out there. She like pulls off this like robe, and they like blur her out, like pixelate her.
He's like, my question is, was she even wearing anything, or was she wearing one of those stupid bikinis where like it's so small where it just covers the nipples?
Yeah.
And then, like really just barely covers your crotch.
Because like the girl, like Hibiki, I think it was Hibiki actually comments, like, actually anyone could tell you that you're gonna get disqualified. And then cuts to her sobbing, and it's like
on the ground, blurred out.
And like the narrator goes like, which she was indeed disqualified.
Definitely disqualified.
So Kemi's gonna go out there, and she's got her, her secret thing. She's gonna do push-ups while doing a handstand push-ups.
These handstand push-ups are the biggest bullshit ever. They're like very incredibly hard to do. Very incredibly hard.
English, how does that work?
How does that? Yeah, English, how does that work? I had a friend in high school used to say way much more instead of just saying more than or something.
Yeah.
It was way much more than.
But yeah, it's impressive. I know I can't do it, but good on her. She wins the crowd.
I had to do these in karate class. Well, the entire class had to do these in karate class back in the late 90s, or I don't know, was it 2000? I don't know. Years. How do those work? But yeah, they wanted us to do these, and like most of the class failed. I think it helps mostly if you don't have much body weight.
Probably, yeah.
Because you don't have to lift as much. If you got good upper body strength and low body mass.
And balance. Balance probably helps.
I could never do that stuff because anytime I get upside down, I feel like I'm going to throw up. That's why I wouldn't do handstands like when we were having gym class. I just can't do it because I feel like I'm going to throw up.
Well, so she apparently gets really good reviews from that. And then Hibiki goes on stage. We get to be reminded of Hibiki's secret talent. Where she sets up a punching bag.
Yeah. And just proceeds to knock it clean off.
I mean, literally, she's like just staring. She's like staring at the punching bag, like "Omae wa moe shinderu."
Which
boom.
There's no way this girl is like 55 kilograms. My theory is that she weighs like 2,000 kilograms.
But she's pulling a machio.
Yeah, she's pulling a machio where she's able to restrict her mass into a tinier space, and so. This explains why when she punches the punching bag, she hits it with the force of a car hitting it.
So it turns out that the competition is actually a tie between Akemi and Hibiki.
Yes. So they have to do a tiebreaker. So they actually decide on doing a bench press competition. And Akemi's like, finally get to do a one-on-one with Hibiki. We get to test our strengths as equals. Yes, we're gonna do it. It gets so intense. Like, all right, ready, go! And like, both girls put their hands on the bar and go to lift. Like it's like Dragon Ball Z style shit. Like auras fly off of them and turn into dragons and fight each other. Yeah, there's this intense battle. Unfortunately, Akemi's doing all the work
because Hibiki
decides that I just haven't eaten, so
she's too hungry to do it.
I'm too hungry. I'm just gonna sit here and plank. So yeah, it turns out that Akemi wins.
Yep.
And we have a super happy ending. They play some J-pop song, which
except for Jason Sagatham dies.
Yes.
Supposedly. Allegedly,
yeah. The alleged death of Jason Statham. Because
Arnold Schwarzenegger just shows up and saves them in their boat by like pulling it. And he's just like, he needs a medic.
Everybody's like, what the fuck? Where did you come from?
He's like, yeah, I just...
You might want to get this guy a medic.
I followed Jason. Jason sent out an SOS with his phone. I just followed it.
How he got him out of the middle of the ocean and...
Because, like, the producer guy and Jason Sagatham were in the boat because they were going to get to the island before anyone else to set up the candid cameras.
See, I feel like this was just another movie that Barnold was filming. What the fuck was that movie called? The Megalodon? Or The Meg?
The Meg, yes. I don't know.
Okay, so...
That's a fun movie.
Yes.
Bad, but fun.
So Arnold had gone into the ocean, fought the Meg, was victorious, and hauled them back.
Okay, I get
This is the entire story behind it, and it got lost in the cutting room floor or something, and we'll never see it. But yeah,
I like it. But yeah, that's how it pretty much ends. Oh yeah, except for there's one last scene where they look up into the stars and he sees this formation.
Oh yes, the constellation of Pectoralis Major.
Pretty much.
I was like, what the fuck? Looks legit,
yeah.
sounds like it would be a constellation.
But we did get one last Machio training exercise at the end.
How to do push-ups.
How to do push-ups.
Correctly.
Yes. And I found it funny because everyone was doing it at their own different paces. So the Biggie was okay, the Sensei was struggling, Akemi had no problems. This show Machio was just like, boom, 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 boom.
Well, the guy's fucking ripped.
I know.
How can you blame him?
Oh, we did actually. We skipped over the best part when they were actually going to when they first got to the island for the competition. They were actually going to do a melon smash.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to set up the melon. This is the rules. We're going to be blindfolded. Like, okay, yeah, just like any other game. Yeah,
just like normal.
Yeah. And then we're going to put the melon on Machio's traps. And they're trying to hit it for the.
Well, you just making this shit up now.
And then it's like, as it pans away from Machio, and they're squabbling a little bit, it pans back to Machio, and he's juggling with his traps. It's like, boom, boom, boom. He's just juggling the melon over his own head. I love that shit so much. So that, and there was a lot of if you just wanted like take some wordplay about strengthening your traps.
I think we agreed not to cover this.
You agreed on that. I thought it was hilarious. So we're gonna move on.
Since this was the finale, what would you give this?
Oh, dude, I would give this like a 9.
Yeah, I'd give this a 9 out of 10. I don't think it was perfect.
It had like
there
two episodes.
There were a few moments, a couple episodes where it just... why is this here?
There was 2 episodes that were just straight up just like, why is this episode here? But then there was segments here and there that were just like, this isn't funny, this is boring, why are we watching? Like we just talked about, the one where they were doing the idol group thing for the second time. It's like, ooh, she did the wrestler's bridge thing, yay.
Yeah, I'd give this a 9 out of 10 because I usually reserve 10s for things that, I'd definitely rewatch that. Yeah.
But this, I enjoyed it, I had my fun, but I really don't see, if I were to like rewatch this again, I don't think I'd be sitting here just going, like I was the first time around.
Maybe a second season? I don't know.
That'd be nice. I'd like to see more jokes. But I don't know. How could you do a whole second season?
I don't know.
Like, could you think of like a whole other season of all not wrestling, but workout humor? Do you think like?
Okay, so there's like 90 chapters of the manga out.
Oh, never mind. I rescind.
This has definitely been going on for a while.
I rescind.
Yeah. Okay. Lengthy manga.
The second season, yes.
Very popular, obviously.
I would absolutely love to see a second season. Although, I have to take, part of that taking away the extra point to a 10 is because that show knows exactly how to make me feel like a fat ass.
Well, the first part of recognizing that you have a problem is admitting it.
That show in its entirety makes me feel lazy as fuck and like a fat ass. I'm like, man, she's complaining about being 55 kilograms. Yeah.
One of my complaints is, instead of using high school girls, couldn't they have used like college-age girls? It's less of a moral quandary.
You want that only because you want to be lewd about this show.
This show was fucking lewd, dude.
I know, but you wanted to be lewd about it without feeling bad about it.
Was not pulling any punches. There were so many naked shots of all the girls.
There was.
And
I'm not disagreeing with you. You're right. Yeah, that's
college-age girls.
That would have been nicer. It would have been nicer for us,
Nicer for us.
We had the teachers. We can loot over the teachers. That was fine.
Yeah.
And Hibiki's friend's older sister.
Oh yeah, she does have an older sister.
Yeah, the redhead who's kind of hot. I mean, come on.
They're anime girls. They're all fucking 10 out of 10s.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I can go out with it. I can't get hard over that the cosplaying teacher. She like that constant look on her face, like she's always tired, and she's sort of slouched over all the time. Tired.
Maybe she gets as much sleep as we do.
What sleep? You keep making up this fucking word. What is this?
Sleep. How does that work?
Well, it can't because it's not real. What's wrong with you? But that was How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, and I got a cop to it. I thought it was going to be bad. We even dropped it for like 2 weeks.
Look at him admitting that his opinion is wrong.
No, I was just factually incorrect. I was factually incorrect.
He was factually incorrect. That's a step above.
Mm-hmm. I was like, this show is like dumpster tier, garbage.
Wow.
And,
wow, dumpster tier. Them strong words.
I didn't like it at first. I didn't get it. But once, when we found that there's far worse out there, we need to drop that. Let's go back to dumbbells because this other stuff is way worse. But
yeah, let's move on to the next show where we're gonna just continue to regret our life decisions.
So let's go ahead and do that right about now. Coming up next, unfortunately not a finale, because we still have one more episode of this garbage to watch, is the mommy isekai.
So this show, I'm just like tuning out now.
I mean, I will admit, not this week, but the previous week it's episode 10. Because it's 1 week behind, right? It's 10 and 11 here.
It started a week later than everything else.
I will admit, there was a couple times that made me giggle. It made me chuckle, maybe chortle a little bit.
Like a little schoolgirl?
Sure, we'll go with that. I was like, but that's like, there's nothing in that show like, like dumbbells. We just got finished talking about dumbbells. And I'm like, that's so funny. This show just made me go, like the best.
This show went from extremes. It was really funny in the beginning, and now it's just, why am I watching this?
Like literally after that first, maybe even the second episode, like I like literally the most, like the most reaction the show gets out of me. It's just sort of, oh, that was funny. Like literally, that's it. Yeah. I acknowledge that was funny. Okay, yeah. Moving on. Oh, now it's not funny anymore. Huh.
I'm not sure what this show wants to be anymore, because it's trying to be lewd, but failing.
Yeah.
And it's trying to be funny, but failing.
Yeah.
So it's gone very, very astray. One could say it's lost its way.
One could even say that it's also tried to be lewd and funny at the same time, which sometimes kind of worked. Because
it can work in some scenarios, but not in this show.
No, I thought it kind of worked in the previous episode, where the guys are all like, "Oh, if you don't do what we say, we'll blow up the town." It's like, "All right, Momoko, you need to do this thing for me. You know what I want."
Yeah, so they're like insinuating that he needs to, or she needs to give him a blowjob or some other sexual favor.
But instead, she takes it as, "Oh, he wants me to tuck him into bed."
Yes, he wants me to tuck him into bed.
Like and then rub his belly and sing him a lullaby. He's like, "That's not gonna work on me."
And he's like,
"What the fuck is this?
This isn't what I want." Oh, damn.
I love it. Even the two other goons are like, "Dad, did he just fall asleep?" He fell asleep. How stupid is that? And that does a cut. And it shows all three of them just like tucked into bed and shit.
I thought it might, just the insinuation that he was going to blackmail her or whatever for a blowjob.
Yeah.
Was just no.
Yeah. I agree with you. It was dumb. And really, like, it was just a bunch of jokes like that.
I feel like this is going the same way as the last arc with the Medi Mama.
Yeah.
My enjoyment is just...
Well, here's the thing.
Way down.
I have to give them credit for this. For the first time in this show, the problem is not another obsessed mother. It's actually a problematic child this time around.
Yeah, we do get a problem child this time.
Amonte or something like that?
Amonte. Who likes to spoil all of her plans by telling them that she's not going to tell them.
Yeah.
Which I guess is supposed to be the joke, but it's not landing.
I don't know. I kind of get it. When it happens, I let out a little.
But they've done it so much, and it's not funny anymore.
I don't know. I still get a little kick out of it.
And she's always very clumsy and tripping and falling downstairs, and technically should have broken her ribs and possibly her neck at this point, and should be dead.
I mean, I will give you this. She's very one note.
Yes.
But then again, so is the show.
Villains, how do those work?
Apparently, writing a decent show, how does that work? Apparently, the writers of this one don't know.
Yeah, we're beating a joke to death.
Hell yeah. But,
see us next season when we have to find fresh material.
Will we, though? Tune in next season to find out.
How does that work?
But, I don't know, man. I don't even really want to talk about this show
Me
anymore.
either.
Does it give the
basically episode 10, Amonte hijinks. Episode 11, Amonte more hijinks.
I mean, there was some fun in this episode when they in the last episode where they get all the moms to join their party, and they're like, okay, we're gonna climb the tower. But then one mom's like, oh, I forgot to close lock my windows at my house. Can you teleport me back to my house so I can lock all the windows? And he's like, okay, fine. And then all the other moms are like, oh shit, I forgot this thing at my house. Teleport me to my house. And then she teleports all the moms to their houses. It's because they forgot some shit. That's kind of funny.
Maybe.
And in this episode where they think that the one tile they're touching is actually a buff.
Yeah, so what's his name?
The main character?
Masato.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he keeps jumping on this tile because he thinks he's buffing
Well, they all
the party.
do.
And everybody's jumping on this tile, and then they're like, man, I just feel so much lighter now. I feel so energetic. But it turns out that this tile was a trap, and the trap was, it removes their clothing.
Like, every time they stepped on it, it removed one piece of their armor. And,
I feel at times that this show is just trying too hard for the lewdness.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure... This is ridiculous. I'm pretty sure they would have fucking noticed.
Because this was like just an excuse to get all the girls down to their underwear.
Because, you know specifically who it didn't happen to? The other moms. The ones who weren't hot.
Yeah, so the...
Shirase, told them.
It happens to Shirase for some reason.
Yeah, she knew and apparently still stepped on it, so...
Did she step on it?
Apparently, because she was, down to just her bra and panties.
Yeah, she shows up and she's in her bra and panties, and it's like, when did you step on the trap? Or did you just dress down for the occasion?
I would have more respect for the show if the second one was true.
Yeah, but at this point, I just feel like it's trying too hard. It's not even sexy like Dumbbells is.
No.
And I did hear that there was a private screening of the show.
Oh yeah?
To show off what's going to be in the Blu-rays, and apparently they don't have Gilbert Gottfried nipples. They have actual ones.
Boo!
But
come on.
They do it on the younger girls, like Wise, and instead of the mother, which I'm just getting very confused over this show. Like the 1 week they had that with the trap that sent them up.
Yeah. Oh.
Where they threw over the sensor line for no reason, and then like 2 seconds later they're like, yeah, you can see Riot for skirt. It's like, okay, you're trying too hard, and then you're not trying, and then you're just being a troll. I feel like I would give this a drop out of 10 at this point, Because I just...
I'd give it... No, we haven't gotten to the finale yet, but...
Finale next week, where we're probably going to be bashing this show yet again.
But if I were to give it a score right now, I'd give it like a 3.
Yeah, it's not very good. It's
not
good at all.
But, like I said, at least for me, there are just times where I find like it'll hit me just out of nowhere. Where it's just sort of like it throws a joke that makes me go, okay, that's
also,
kind of
don't buy the Blu-rays or you'll probably end up in jail.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, it's just I have no enthusiasm to talk about this show. I kind of want to move on.
Moving on.
All right.
In what may be the best show of the season, we don't know yet, Vinland Saga, we have episodes 10 and 11 because it got delayed.
Yes.
Due to the typhoon of death and destruction.
Yes. Which I know you all thought I was super serious about what I said that one time. And no one picked up on that it was a joke.
Serious?
No. I was totally not serious about that. It was totally a joke. But
yeah, so nothing really happens in episode 10 because this is an episode where Oscalad just waxes philosophical.
Yeah, Oscalad's like, I'm not just a troll or even a dick. I'm also deep.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of guy that when I make my Facebook profile, I put that shit in multicolored text. That's how deep I am.
Yeah, so we get all this. I thought it was beautiful and well executed.
It was.
I like one of the things I like about the show is the backgrounds in it because they do a lot of great work, especially during the end when Oscalad's like, "We're gonna go find Thorkel because blah 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 blah."
Yeah. I liked at the beginning of episode 10 where Thorfinn is having the dream where he's a kid again with his dad and his sister and his mom and stuff like that. I actually really, really like that opening sequence. It was like it's one of those like hard opens too, like a hard open to that.
Yeah, so not much happens in episode 10. It's a very introspective episode.
It's a setup.
Yeah, it's a setup because the only thing that really happens is Thorkel captures Canute, and that's done off screen.
Yes. He and murders because with the king, what's his face, Sweden or whatever his name was.
Swain.
He left. What did he leave? He left 4,000 men behind. Apparently, Thorkel killed them all. Because it shows him breaching.
Yeah.
He
pretty much
breaches the beaches and just pushes through all of them.
And captures Canute. And
actually, that wasn't off screen.
Prince.
It was straight up on screen. It shows him ripping. He rips the tent straight out of the ground, and he goes, "Hi!
Hi, I see you guys."
Oh, I hope that's his English voice when they get to that. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey,
I'm Thorkel. Remember me? I killed all your men.
I mean, I gotta be perfectly honest. Thorkel, he's like one of my favorite characters in the show. I love this guy. He is so much fun. Like I've never, it's like I've never seen someone who just enjoys his job so much.
What is his job? Professional murderer.
Like, it's the same as a Spartan. You're like, Spartans! What Thorkel, what is your profession?
Anyway, is it okay to skip to the next episode now?
Sure, because we pretty much said all of that, like that episode in like 3 sentences. So yeah.
So in episode 11, Thorkel and his merry band of murderers.
Actually, we did skip over one important bit.
What?
Oscalad apparently believes that Ragnarok is on the way.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, the end of the
How
world.
How does that work?
Oh, he should have was like the end of the world's on its way.
I pretty much covered that with saying this episode is introspective because he comes from this logical branch that, the Christians believe that the world is going to end, therefore Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but the thing is, I think that's important to say because it seems to be dictating where his mind is going.
Yeah,
and the choices he's making.
Because Thorkel had wiped out all those guys, and they're like, "Oh, Thorkel has 400 men, we have 100 men," and it almost seems like Oscalot's going on a suicide mission.
Yeah.
Because of his mindset.
Yeah, because he's like, we could join up with Ragnar's men, and we could form together and take out Thorkel. Now Oscalot's like, we could do that. Or...
we could do something far more riskier.
Far more riskier because, hey, no one lives forever, bitches. YOLO, bitches.
Yeah. Time to engage in my YOLO strats.
So now, okay, jump ahead to episode
yeah,
11.
so in episode 11, we are being regaled with Thorkel and his merry band of murderers.
This is, people say that people of different religions can't get along. Thorkel proves differently.
Yeah, so he's like, man, Odin and Thor are really badass.
He's like, I bet they could totally throw down with, that Jesus guy.
He's like, I bet he could kick Jesus' ass.
And look at, he's all thin and weak looking and he looks like he's sick just hanging on that cross thing. And Thor totally just lightning bolt him. It's like, you ever see those kids who get into circles? They're like, no, Wolverine's the better hero because he can do this. Oh, no, Colossus can stop it because he has the metal armor. No, because Wolverine can cut through it.
Or my dad could beat your dad up.
Yep.
This is the classic, my God is stronger than your God argument. And he's talking to Canute because Canute's a Christian.
And Canute's just sitting there.
Oh, I'm not going to answer your questions. Nope.
He's like, hey, preacher guy, what do you think?
And the priest is flipping his balls and stuff. He's going, I see the Jesus. He's coming to get me. And they're like, we got to get him some alcohol right now. That'll calm him down. So they give him a keg of beer, which he drinks all of it. And Thorkel's like, who do you think's the better god? Thor, Odin, or Jesus? And he's like,
I love this little response.
whoever made booze.
To which I love it because it pans across Thorkel and all his men just.
They're like wow, they're like, this is a fucking epiphany that they have. They're like, holy shit, man, this guy is right.
This is the best answer to anything ever. It was even though these three Christians are there, they're captured. They're
they're
what's the word I'm looking for? They're when you're yes, thank you. They're hostages. They're just having this conversation where they're just laughing.
So, Thorkel's entire plan to bully these Christians has backfired as he outwitted them. The god of booze, man.
So, Demeter.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Or Bacchus.
Sure.
Bacchus,
whatever. Yeah.
Bacchus.
Yeah, whatever.
The god of debauchery and booze.
I'm not saying that you're wrong.
Okay.
But you're not wrong.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, so after this, Ragnar's men show up. And they're like, we got you surrounded, man. And Thorkel's like, so?
I love the way Thorkel just spidey senses a bad guy out in the wilderness.
Yeah, he spidey senses him and throws a javelin right into this guy's head. As they cut away, you hear him screaming.
But it was a perfect, don't play darts against Thorkel, because he got him square in the eye.
He's pretty good at darts.
Boom! That's what that javelin.
The part that cracked me up though is that he fucking screamed after he speared him in the head. The spear goes all the way through this dude's head.
Yeah.
And he's like, ah!
Well, yeah, it's called shock. He didn't feel it at first because he was all like, the fuck? And then it hit him a moment later.
He has a giant fucking spear through his skull.
He has a few minutes. He has a few seconds to live.
No, he should be dead.
Not necessarily.
He should be dead.
Not necessarily.
Well, I guess everybody has to get a death cry just because.
Hey, it could have been worse. They could have given him a Wilhelm scream, but they didn't.
Wilhelm scream would have been great. It would have been fantastic.
I love Thorkel. He's actually smarter than his personality lets on. Because it's the guy, Ragnar's men are like, we got you surrounded with 2,000 men, man.
And he's like, nuh-uh.
It's he turns to his second in command. He goes, yeah, about that. Usually when guys, when someone has you outnumbered like that, they usually don't announce it.
They just come in and kill you.
So he's totally bullshitting us. Which, of course, he was. Because they only had like 400 men.
And so they were like, you better let Canute and Ragnar go, or else. And to which Thorkel replies, okay.
Well, sure, have him.
So he sends them up there, and they're all like, what are we supposed to do? I guess we were successful. And Ragnar's like, yeah, let's just split. And he's like, we can't split. That would be dishonorable.
And like Thorkel's just down there, just like taunting. They're like, "Oh, look at you! What you gonna do now? Oh, you got your hostages.
You guys are wusses.
Oh, are you gonna run away? Oh, you gonna run away now? Oh, you got what you want?
Big bad men.
Oh, you big babies." And like certain men start to draw their swords, and he's all like,
Ragnar has his total wits about him. He's like, no, we gotta retreat. We gotta get the fuck out of here because Thorkel's a fucking monster.
But Thorkel's just down there like, little baby babies, little baby babies.
And it works. Because they all get fucking disgruntled and they're like, we gotta get this motherfucker.
And then, what precedes this, I can only describe as, and I did, Thorkel hacked into the Matrix. Because he becomes a whirling dervish of just pure axe-wielding death. Like, I think within 5 seconds, he downs 30 dudes. By himself. By just swinging axes around.
So, my interpretation of this is how a 12-year-old kid actually thinks things are going to happen after he does that fucking Fortnite dance.
Oh, God.
Which makes him look like a complete asshole.
Yeah.
And then they imagine that they're going to go on a complete fucking psychotic rampage and kill everybody.
Unfortunately, they're not Thorkel.
Yeah, they're not Thorkel.
Meanwhile, while this fight's going down, and Thorkel's not happy about it. He's like, "Oh man,
These guys are wimps.
They only have like at 400 at most. This is going to take like
beat these
half
guys
hour."
in like a half hour. It's not even fair. I just want a good fight.
And they're all like, "Hey, wait a minute. Do you smell something?
Yeah, you smell something?
It smells like charcoal. What the fuck?" And they'll turn, and the forest is on fire.
He's like, wow, forest fire.
Well, turns out Osclad is he's going to burn them all.
Now, I had a question here, because...
No, we both had this question.
Like, what the fuck? The dudes are, like, setting themselves on fire?
No. That was one of Ragnar's men who got caught in the fire. Osclad
just the way it's cut, though. Just the way it's cut. Leads me to believe that maybe it was one of Osclad's men just set himself on fire. Because he couldn't figure out how the magnets work.
I'll tell you the cut that got me to laugh my ass off.
I know what you're talking about.
When they're showing Osclad's like watching the fire.
He's like, ha, everything burns good.
And out from the fire.
This was comedic genius, man. This fucking deer just fucking gallops out of the fire.
Fully engulfed in flames.
This fucking deer is on fire. And what does this deer do? He stop, drops, and rolls around. He's got to get this fire out. Like,
just so,
what?
I know this is supposed to be this
Why would a fucking deer have the wherewithal to do this?
But it literally looked like the deer stopped, dropped, and rolled.
He did stop, drop, and roll, and he's fucking rolling around on the ground. How is this even mechanically possible?
I think that they were trying to depict, an animal, like, wildly flailing in its death throes. But
no,
it straight up looks like it stopped, dropped, and rolled.
Successfully.
This deer was all like, oh, I'm on fire! I'm on fire! Oh,
well, what should I do? What should I do?
That's right, I learned this in deer class. I gotta stop, drop, and roll.
Do I duck and cover? Or do I... Oh, wait, stop, drop, and roll.
And what's even funnier is because it's funny to me because I listen to this radio station on my way to work, and they have the little interstitials when they come and they go to commercial when they come back. These little stingers, and they always have these little fun little phrases. And one of them is like, it's like, if you're on fire, stop, drop, and roll. Just make sure you don't roll into another fire.
Or gasoline. Or any fuel source.
It made me laugh because as the deer stopped dropping and rolling, the fire just sort of creeps up on it and covers it again.
The fire's like, nah-uh.
So
we got this covered.
More. I'm sorry all you deer fans out there. People love deer, but I just made me laugh. And he laughed
poor
too.
deer. I did laugh. It was kind of funny.
We actually
Maybe
paused
inappropriately.
we paused the episode to find out if animals actually stopped, dropped, and rolled.
We could not find any source material on this.
No.
But
either for like to confirm or deny it. So we actually don't know.
Yeah. So.
So if you've burned an animal recently, if you've seen if they stopped, dropped, and rolled, let us know. But because it's not the only animal we see burst into flames.
Yeah. So Ocelot's like, Thorfinn, go find Canute.
Yeah. Go kidnap. I mean, rescue Canute.
Go rescue Canute, but make it look like a kidnapping.
Yeah. So they put him in a cloak, and they douse it with water, and then put him on a horse. Which I thought the plan was going to be ride the horse in, put Canute on, get him out. Apparently, no. The plan was just ride that horse straight into the fire.
Which he does, and the freaking horse bursts into flames.
He creates a Rapidash first, and then the Rapidash proceeds to run into more fire.
And at this point, Canute is getting surrounded by some of Ocelot's men because Ragnar's smart.
You mean Thorkel's men?
Same thing.
Yeah, Ragnar's men is like freaking stupid. He's like, attack it the first thing I see.
And so he almost impales Ragnar, and Ragnar's like, you fucking idiot! Don't attack unless you know who you're attacking. Unfortunately, this backfires on him like 5 seconds later, when a bunch of Thorkel's men find them, and they're like, we found Canute. Canute's over here!
Yep. But then, suddenly Thorfinn!
And Thorfinn murders somebody, brutally!
He... You know, if there was any question whether this dude was just a fucking ninja or not, he fucking should pose out of the way.
He's already Naruto, right? You got any question?
Yeah, but it's like, if there was still any question, this totally just is like, nope, he's a ninja. Because he should pose away from the sword strike, even leaving an after image behind.
Yeah, he's like, he disappeared. Oh, there's a dagger in my neck.
Like, he did not even register the dagger in his neck until he was like, oh, there he is. And falls over dead. And then Thorkel shows up, and he's like, hey, you're the Thorfinn kid!
Oh, I know you! Your dad?
And they
He was fucking awesome!
And you guys, don't you underestimate this kid.
Don't underestimate this kid. He's a badass.
He's the one who did this to me. So now I have to, like, you guys gotta give me high threes now because of this kid.
Yeah, so they show where he's missing his 2 fingers, and then there's a stab wound in the middle of his hand.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you fucked up my hand, man. And I'm pretty fucking tough.
He's like, hey, I know we're gonna fight and all, but I got 2 questions for you. 2 questions. One, you guys did this, didn't you? The fire whole thing, you guys did that, didn't
And
you?
Thorfinn's response is silence. And Thorkel's like, I knew it! Question number 2, your dad. He's Thor's, right?
And he doesn't answer
And
first.
Thorfinn's like, he's like, I knew it!
And your mom is Helga. And that's then we get some reaction out of Thorfinn. He's like, how did you know that shit? And then Thorkel's like, I
definitely knew it!
Yeah, you're the son of Thor. That's why he's so fucking powerful. He's the son of Thor.
He's so fucking tough because,
This is the son of the troll of
genetics
Yorm.
or something.
Like the troll of Yorm's blah blah blah. Yorm's
The Jans Vikings.
Yeah, it's like, there we go, thank you.
The troll of the Jans Vikings.
Which actually showed him, like, him in, like, his heyday, like Thor's. He's got like that cool white cloak.
Looks like
and
a
everything.
badass.
It's like, ooh.
He's
And,
like,
if he's an RPG
Thor's
character,
just the only guy who's ever been stronger than me.
like if Thor's was an RPG character, he's like totally the one of like, can I get him in my party?
Yeah.
He looks awesome.
That guy's gonna fuck shit up.
He's like he's like White Knight Leo if he didn't suck.
So,
For fans of
anyway, Thorkel decides, Thorfinn showed up, so I'm going home.
No, he doesn't. No, at first he's like, oh, we're gonna fight and this is gonna be awesome. But then like the tree collapses from the fire. And he's like, oh wait, actually, as you know, bloodthirsty as I am, this actually might be stupid to fight in this fire. So you go ahead, take the prince. It's good. We're good. Go on. I'll fight you next time. And we're both going to the same place anyway. So.
And so Thorfinn successfully kidnaps/rescues the
Canute.
prince, the Canute.
The Canute, because
As we find out,
as Ragnar is like, you motherfuckers, you cost me my men, and they're all out there just
I shall see you punished gravely. However, we need your protection.
Yeah. It's like... It's like trying to tell a kid to behave, but it's like, you're already going to get a spanking when you get home, but you better behave the rest of the day. It's like, you already know you're fucked, and what's the point?
And Askeladd's like, well, since I've done a good, I want a bonus. Canute, can I see your face? I just want to gaze upon the princely face.
And...
Canute obliges.
Just... Whoop.
Takes his helmet off to reveal that he is maybe a she.
Maybe.
Maybe. We don't know this yet.
Yeah, I mean, the best we get is they all look at it like, the fuck? And Bjorn is all like, Prince? Are we sure we're not talking princess here?
I'm questioning whether this is just a Bishonen boy, or if it's actually a woman. I'm not going to look this up right now because I want to be surprised next week.
Yeah. But that's where it is. That's where it just sort of cuts right there. But, as you pointed out when we first got started this, it's like, yeah, this show's almost like, one of the best comedies of this
It is season. It is pretty comedic. I'm enjoying the comedy. I don't know if it's trying to be a comedy, but it's definitely a comedy.
But it's succeeding.
It's succeeding.
The deer. I just can't get over the way they drew that deer.
MVP of the episode, the deer.
Actually was, yeah. Any shortcomings? Did you think of any shortcomings for this episode?
No.
None really?
No. Except maybe the opening.
Start with the opening.
I would probably kill myself trying to scream like that.
Well, I mean, I gotta give props to that singer. I mean, I couldn't do that.
I could not do that.
Yeah, you talk about the last 15 seconds where he's just screaming.
He's like, I don't think he's speaking actual words at that point either.
But I mean, episode 10 I found lacking. But like I said, it was the setup episode anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just the whole being all philosophical. It's like you see this coin, Thorfinn. This coin came from these people that were here before the English. I think they were called the Romans.
The Romans gone now.
Yeah, this is all that's
they got
left.
wiped out by some other people called the English.
Yeah, this here.
And we're gonna wipe out the English.
This is all that's left of them, and then we'll wipe out the English. And who's to say who's gonna come after us? And I'm being all deep, and then suddenly I'm gonna go kind of crazy and believe the end of the world's happening soon.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
And I feel fine.
Don't we all?
I don't know. It just felt it was just sort of like, okay, like literally, Askeladd is making these weird little jumps. It's like it's the end of the world, bitches. It's like where did you? I don't know, man. That seems kind of weird. But
we do know, however, that the world did not end.
No, it did not end in the year 1016. No. So yeah. Still though, it's a fun show. It's a fantastic show. I don't know if I still don't know if I'd give it a 10 out of 10, but I'm still enjoying it immensely.
Are you though?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll believe you.
You better.
Okay.
All right. Any final thoughts on this?
No, I enjoyed it.
All right. Then I guess we're going to go ahead and do a little outro and head on out for this week. And that was weeks, I guess technically 10, 11, and 12, depending on which show we're talking about.
Very true. Very true.
Anime Talk Summer 2019. Some shows are no longer with us anymore. Astra's gone. Dumbbells is gone.
Other shows will no longer be with us after next week.
Thank God. At least one. I'm just glad it will be gone.
And we will not watch any isekai next season.
Yeah, I think unless you guys can see in your crystal balls and you can be like, oh no, actually this isekai that's coming up is actually really, really good. Then let us know. Otherwise, I think we're I think we're both ready to just be like, in this isekai, nope, not just skip. But and that, and also some other shows next season we may actually, as much as I want to watch them, we may not be able to because.
What?
I mean, this is we're jumping the gun a little bit. This may be something I should say on the next episode, but we had some finales today. Beastars, I was really wanting to watch Beastars. we may not be able to because it turns out. Well, you tell them what you found out.
Netflix grabbed it, or actually probably had possession of it all along.
And for those who don't watch a lot of anime, don't know what that means. It means it will not be available on Crunchyroll, coming out simulcast with Japan. Will not be coming out on Funimation, simulcast. They will hold on to it until the end of the season, and then...
So our only real method of watching Beastars would be to pirate it, but we wouldn't do anything morally ambiguous like that. Ambiguous?
Well,
bankrupt?
I mean, we wouldn't say that we would on camera. We wouldn't admit to it publicly.
Yeah, it's just plus probably not reliable either.
Yeah, sometimes
because we have to record this weekly.
Yeah,
and
well, it's not only and not only that. I mean, a lot of those get because when they get pirated, they get fan subbed.
Yeah,
and as we found out from years ago, what happens when we read fan subs. So
some official subs are bad too.
Yeah, that's true.
There's memes all over the place.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, as much as we'd like to, some shows may be getting put by the wayside because we can't, and others are getting put by the wayside because it's an isekai. So we
don't have any interest in it.
That's not we don't have an interest. I mean, Shield Hero was fantastic. But
good isekai are kind of few and far between.
Yeah.
You're not getting an Explode every season.
No. Or Shield Hero.
Or Long Horizon.
Or a Dot Hack.
I haven't seen it, so I will have to take Featherhoof's word on that.
I enjoyed it. I'm going to put it that way. Anyway, I think we should probably get going for the week. We hope you all had fun. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you have any opinions on anything we talked about this week, there's a big old comment section down there. Please let us know any of your thoughts.
If you don't have any opinions and just want to troll, do that too.
Comments below. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed this episode, please let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, share it, or you can click on the annotations for other videos we've done. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all
next time.